Hi, good morning, guys. Um, Thank you all for joining. I am not sure what happened, but try to tune in as close, if not at 11:30, please, because we have to take roll in every class, um, which is kind of a little difficult. I hope all of you had a wonderful Easter vacation. I know it's not what we're used to, probably with big family gatherings. Unfortunately, a sign of the times, but hopefully, I have faith in God that this will be over soon. I truly miss you all so much. I miss your hugs, your smiles. I miss talking with you. I miss hanging out with you. Um, and and just miss you all. All right, I'm going to take roll. Let's see, I see Alyssa is here. I see Brooke and Casey are here. Casey, Brooke, um, Kate, Jinjin, and Gavin, Jans, Mayberry, and Necessary. Hope you're all doing well. Uh, Jameson Kirkland Williams, yay. Jameson Kirkland Williams. All right, I'll be done here in a minute. Nayar Flowers Tambunan, Nayar. Okay, Micah. All right. Um, Lim Barner, Natalie is here. Logan is here. Um, who else am I missing? Sammy Yoshimoto is here. I don't know who Toxic is. William Pinero is here. There's still a lot of people missing. Caprice. Hi, Caprice. I'm glad you joined us. All right, we missed you. Let's see. We have Caprice, Casey, Kate, Jinjin, Gavin, Hannah, Jack, Julia, Kabir, Kaya. Hi, Kaya. There you are. Okay. We have Lily. Good morning, Lily. We have, Lena, you're in the wrong class, sweetie. This is 8th grade. All right, Logan, Micah, Morgan, Natalie, Nick, Sammy. I don't know who Toxic is. Who is Toxic? I think that's Kyle. But please, I am going to, and William, good morning, William. Where are you? Here you are. Okay. So I do not have Nick Cortez. I do not have Taylor. I do not have Christian. I do not have Caden. I do not have Bella. I don't have Kate. Sorry, she's not here, obviously. I do not have Bella. I don't have Ryan Hendricks, and I don't have Zaxon. All right. Oh, Caden, where are you? Did I get you? Yes, here you are, Caden. All right. There you are, Christian Fernandez. All right. Do we see? I don't see Taylor. Okay. I don't see. Nick Cortez. Hello. I have an old list. All right. Um, let's see. I am missing Ryan Hendricks, and I am missing Zaxon Ream. All right. Other than that, we're all here. Okay, Toxic. Okay. Lily is trying. Okay, I saw her name on there actually. Who I know Cortez left the school. Sorry. I was reading an old list. Christian and Caden are here. I just got them because I was using the participants file. Okay, so the people that I am missing are Taylor and Ryan Hendricks. Okay, Taylor and Ryan. Okay, and while I have you almost all here, yes, I got you, Christian. Thank you. Okay, while I have you almost all here, while the teachers are doing their online classes for the fourth quarter, cooperation awards will be based on people, students not talking to each other or causing disruptions during the online classes. So we have all been told we are going to write down student names. If you disrupt or begin talking to each other while a class is going on, that is not cool. And you will not get a cooperation award. So please be mindful of that, even though that should not be the motivation. The motivation should be to learn. Okay, Bella, got you. Hello. All right, I got Bella. So now the only ones I am missing are Taylor and Ryan and Zaxon. I don't see any of those three here, so they will be marked absent, at least in my class for today. All right, did everybody have a good Easter vacation, I hope? I know it wasn't typical, but it's still the resurrection of our Lord, and it's something to celebrate. Hope you had a little bit of Easter fun. Good. Yay, Hannah. All right. Okay. I wanted to tell you something as well. We good. I'm glad you guys all had. I'm sure we all had to come up with kind of new things to do. I had Easter things delivered by Ralph's to my door, and I had to order it a week in advance, but they did get here in time, which was nice. Also, I wanted to, while you're all here, everything is on Google Classroom, right? All of the assignments, all of the links, everything. Tomorrow, you're going to have a quest on chapter 16. So for the quest, you need to go to the classroom, the 8th grade classroom, and you will click on 414, and there will be a little click and you can download the test right from there. I believe they said that you can fill it out right there and send it to me. Okay. And I allow you to bullet point as long as you include all of the information, right? Some of you are really good at that. Some of you leave out details and then you get marked down. So, and some, they have to be short answer because there's no other way. Okay, so here's just, today I'm going to show you, this is just what is on, what is in Google Classroom, and you have everything for every day. Now, your quest is in there already, but you will not be able to access it until tomorrow. That is a scheduled assignment. All the other assignments I've put on there, but the tests are scheduled. For your tests, I am going to allow you to use your notes, okay? Because I want to encourage you to keep taking notes and to take good notes. And today we are going to review for that quest on chapter 16. All right. Thank you, Jin Jin. I did have a good Easter. I worked a lot on the classroom. I worked a lot on Google Classroom. All of your teachers have. So thank you all for being so cooperative. Thank you all for joining the classroom. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you all for asking. It was a challenge. I love the rain too. I'm glad that it's been rainy, and I guess we're getting some more rain. We need it. And my backyard is so lush and beautiful. I have flowers and green grass everywhere. So that's all about spring, right? All right. So those are the announcements that I wanted to give you. Also, for chapters 17, I will be doing a summary on Wednesday. So we're not going to read all of chapter 17. We're going to do summary and highlights. And to review for chapter 16, we talked about the early 1800s, where Spain controlled much of the southwestern United States. Each area had a very distinct culture that has influenced our modern society today, right? And we talked about this. The Spaniards were here. We have words like Sepúlveda, Palos Verdes, La Ciénega, all these things. And all of these people that came and colonized here before, obviously different cultures had, right? They had an influence on modern day. After several attempts to overthrow Spanish rule in New Spain, revolutionaries were able to win independence for Mexico. And we talked about that before the vacation. And by 1821, the Mexican government was trying to get people who were willing to come here to settle and to follow specific laws. And we talked about it's one thing to conquer an area, it's another thing to keep an area. The Mongols, if you remember from seventh grade, great conquerors, but they were lousy administrators. So they conquered a lot of land, but they weren't able to get a hold of it. So the Mexican government is trying to get people to move here. Um, Many American settlers who went there went, but then they didn't follow the laws. How did they get people to move? What was the motivation? Anybody? What was the motivation to move into this new territory? What was the motivation? That's right. Thank you, Kyle and Natalie. Land. They were offering people that came here large amounts of land. And if they did that nowadays, woohoo, we'd be flooded with people. Thank you, Hannah, Alyssa, Bella, Logan, all of you. Yes, Brooke, Jack, Kate, everybody, Julia, that's right, land. The Mexican government tried to strictly enforce the laws that it had established, which angered many American settlers in Texas, and it led them to fight for their independence, right? Yes, Morgan, estate. I like the way you said that, estate. Um, and so on one of the first key issues for the Republic of Texas was to decide if it should join the United States or remain independent, kind of like Puerto Rico is now, right? President Andrew Jackson didn't want to go to war with Mexico over Texas or to admit another slave state. So he decided to formally recognize Texas as an independent nation way back in 1837. And Texas is very proud of this, the Lone Star State. And their Texas flag, you see a giant red, white, and blue, but one star. It's like, yeah, we did it, right? So Texas is very proud of that. In the 1830s, then, and in the 1840s, settlers attracted by the fur trade and natural resources and weather began making difficult journey west to Oregon country and to California. Systems of trails, remember the Oregon Trail, the Santa Fe Trail, soon began to connect the American West to the eastern United States and Mexico. And so, very, very, very important things going on that are going to change our nations. And we know that eventually Texas fought, and Texas had a lot of challenges, and the US had challenges with Texas, but eventually Texas became a state when we and when it could be in a balance between slave and free states. Okay, we're going to go over some things for the quest tomorrow. Some of the questions that you should focus on for the quest. One of the questions that I might ask you is about the mission system. Do you think it was a successful way for the Spaniards to organize their territories in New Spain? Remember, they had the missions, they had the presidio, they had the towns. And do you think that might have been a good way? It certainly seemed to be very organized, correct? And who did they get to work at these missions? Who did they get? Who did most of the labor? Who did most of the labor? Yes, Bella, you're right. Texas was independent, Lone Star State for a short time. That's right, Kate, Native Americans. Remember, we always said, sadly, throughout history, the Native peoples always lose. Other people come in and conquer them, right? So the Indians, and Lily says slaves, absolutely, because they kind of made the Indians as their slaves. Originally, the Spaniards said, we're going to come here and we're going to come here and we're going to convert the natives, right? Well, they kind of converted them into slaves, sadly, and they did all of the work for the people. So that's just a question for you to think about that I will probably ask in one form or another on the quest. Another thing we talked about was why Mexico allowed U.S. citizens to settle in Texas. And remember, they had three things they wanted these settlers to follow. We're not going to go over that right now because you should know it. And if you don't, you can look it up in your book, right? They had three specific things that they had to do to come and legally be on the land. Um, and we also talked about yes, Mexican laws, being follow Mexican laws, converting to Catholicism. Absolutely, absolutely. And they were not willing to do that. They were not willing to do that. Also, we talked about the presidents of Texas, Sam Houston and Mirabeau Lamar. Hi, Zaxon. Okay, Zaxon, you're really late, my darling, but I'm glad you're here. You can go back and look at this if you want. Okay, sorry that you were having technical issues. We are all going to be very patient with this because we know that we're going to have technical issues sometimes. So thank you for joining, Zaxon, and I'm glad those issues were resolved. All right. So now we're only missing Taylor and Ryan. Okay. And so what were we talking about? Sorry, I just lost my focus here. Okay, the Republic of Texas. Remember, we talked about how they treated the native Indians differently. So a test question we'll probably ask is, how did they differ? Sam Houston and Mirabeau Lamar, how did they differ in the way they engaged with the native Indians? And it was very different, stark differences, right? And another question I might ask you is on the artists. I don't know if you remember the artists that we talked about that were making these beautiful paintings of landscapes and so forth. And like John Mick Stanley, who there is a portrait of his on page 509 of Native Indians killing buffaloes. And you see there's plenty of buffaloes. So one of the questions I will probably ask you is how the work of the frontier artist, um, what that work had to do in encouraging people to move west, because it was a tough road. It was really difficult to get here. People died along the way. People were attacked by Indians along the way. People were robbed along the way. Who remembers what happened to the Donner Party? What happened to the Donner Party? Oh, yes, Bella, absolutely. The artists spread the beauty. They made it look like paradise, right? Look at pictures of Hawaii. Why do we vacation in Hawaii? There are all kinds of brochures and things and details, like a lot of buffalo, and you see them wearing hardly anything, which says that the weather is probably nice. Yes, Lily, they did. They went crazy. They started eating each other because the weather got really bad. And they started, that was survival. They were practicing cannibalism. It was sheer survival because they happened to take a shortcut, all kinds of challenges. It was very difficult. But the the promises of the promises of a good life, better opportunities, good land for agriculture, um, being able to hunt buffalo, to fish, all of these things, right? Was what lured people, and these artists really portrayed it well. Um, so um, that's what we are going to cover. I think you know how Texas became a state and the challenges that they faced and things like that. So probably those 4 or 5 things is what I am going to focus on in your quest. Are there any questions? Any questions on what we just covered? Okay, and then tomorrow you have a quest on chapter 16. So go to Google Classroom and just click on that quest. All right, any questions? Any questions, comments, concerns? It's great to see you all here. It's awesome. All right. So thank you all for joining, and I miss you guys. And take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay indoors as much as possible. Love you and miss you. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Okay? All right. You're welcome, Hannah. I miss you guys. All right. Then you will just do Tuesdays and Thursdays. You will have assignments. We will meet live here at my YouTube channel today on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we all don't get overwhelmed. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Okay, see you live Wednesday, but take your test tomorrow and you have other assignments, other assignment for Thursday. You have a YouTube as well. Okay, so we're meeting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for social studies at same time, 11:30. It was nice to see you, Caprice and Kaya. Thank you for joining all of you. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.